What's going on, guys? So in this video, I'm going to show you step by step how you can enroll your brand into Amazon Brand Registry in under 10 minutes. Now, before we get into that, just one thing to note is that you will need to have a trademark for your brand name to be able to enroll in Amazon Brand Registry. So if you don't already have a trademark, I'd highly recommend watching the video that I put out last week all about how to apply for a UK trademark. If you already have a trademark, then you're good to go, and let's get straight into it. So firstly, what you're going to want to do is come over to Google and search for Amazon Brand Registry. You should find it pretty easy to find the page that looks something like this. Once you're on this page, what you're going to want to do is come over to the Get Started button and just click that. Then Amazon will show you the steps involved in applying for brand registry. Firstly, you'll need to sign into Amazon Brand Registry and then enroll your brand. All you're going to need is your trademark number and then also images of your product with the branding on it. So you can come down and click Enroll Now. Then you'll need to select the country that your trademark is registered in. And if you look on the top left-hand corner, you can find the Enroll a New Brand button. Before you can go ahead and enroll your brand, Amazon is going to just state to you exactly what you need before you move ahead with the application. So firstly, you'll need the registration number of your trademark. You'll need images that clearly show the branding of your product or product packaging. Just like when applying for GTI and exemption or brand approval, it's really important that that branding is permanently affixed to your products and is not stuck on using a sticker. If you have a vendor relationship with Amazon, you'll need to provide a vendor code. For most of you, this will not apply. You also need a sample list of ASINs that show your brand's products on Amazon. So if you're already selling on Amazon, make sure you get the ASINs for your product listings. If you're not, then don't worry about it. You don't actually need them. And then finally, information on the countries where you distribute your products. If you are only selling on Amazon direct to customers, then you are not a distributor. If you are licensing out your trademark or you're selling to other companies who can then sell your products on your behalf, then you are a distributor. So for most of you, you will not be a distributor and this will not apply. So you can come over and click Enroll Your Brand. And then first you need to enter in your brand name. Now it's really important here that the brand name that you enter is identical to the trademark that you've applied for. So what I mean by this is that if your brand name is TechLab and the T and the L are capitalized and that's what you've got a trademark for, then make sure you enter it with the T and the L capitalized here. If your brand name has a space in it, make sure that you add a space here. It needs to exactly match what you have a registered trademark for. Secondly, you need to select a trademark office. If you've applied in the UK, then you want to select the UK IPO office. Then you need to enter the trademark number. You can find this on all of your correspondence with the IPO. Then you need to select whether the current status of your trademark is registered or pending. Whether you can apply for Amazon Brand Registry when the status of your trademark is pending will depend firstly on what country you register the trademark in, and secondly, what method you use to register that trademark. So if you've registered the trademark in the UK directly with the IPO, just like I showed you how to do in last week's video, by the way, if you haven't seen that yet, I'd highly recommend giving that a watch. I'll put a link in the description. If you've done it that way, then you are not able to apply for Amazon Brand Registry when the status of your trademark is pending. You have to wait until it's fully registered. However, if you are based in the UK and you use the Amazon Accelerator program, which is a way that you can pay more to get a lawyer to do the trademark application for you, then you are able to apply for Amazon Brand Registry while your trademark is in the pending status. Then you can choose what type of trademark you've applied for, so either a word mark or a design mark. Okay, so what do you select here? Well, if you have registered a trademark for your logo, the design of your logo, then you want to select design mark. However, for most of you, you would have registered a trademark for your brand name, and that's what I showed you how to do in last week's video. So if you've done that, you then want to select word mark here. Then you can add a URL for your brand's website if you have one, and the URLs to any other e-commerce selling platform, such as if you're selling on eBay. If you don't have your own website and you're not selling anywhere else, then you can just leave this empty. Finally, on this page, you need to add product images. So as you can see, Amazon says you need to provide at least one image of your product or product packaging that clearly shows your brand name, logo, or other distinguishing marks permanently affixed to your product. These images should show the product you sell or intend to sell on Amazon and shouldn't be computer generated. So what I'd recommend here is, if you have your product already, your branded product, is take a picture of your branded product in your hand with a non-white background. So maybe with a table behind it or a desk behind it. And what I'd recommend is that if you have branded products and packaging, take a picture of both and then upload them. If you only have branding on your packaging or only on your product, either one is fine in my experience. So just take those pictures, upload them, and then you can select next. So at this point, you've entered in all the information about your brand. Now you need to enter some information about your selling account. So firstly, Amazon's asking you whether you are a seller or a vendor. Now for the majority of you, you are going to be a seller. This is when you are selling your own branded products directly to customers on Amazon. A vendor is when you are selling products to Amazon, who then sell it on your behalf. For the majority of you, you are going to be sellers, so you want to select seller. Then your Amazon Seller Central account should pop up. You just want to select that. And then finally, Amazon's asking you to select what categories you're planning on selling in. Don't worry too much here, you can add multiple categories. They can also ask you to add ASINs of the products that you already sell. So if you already sell ASINs on Amazon, add those ASINs here. If not, you can just select a few different product categories. Now the categories that you select here do not determine which categories you can sell your branded products in. So don't worry too much about it at this point. This is just to help Amazon either approve or decline your application. So what I'd recommend is just selecting a few different categories that you plan on selling in. If you do plan later on selling in different categories, that's still fine. You'll be able to once your brand is registered. Once you've selected some categories, you can hit next. And then finally, Amazon's going to ask you about distribution information. So they firstly ask you, does your brand sell to distributors? For the majority of you who are only selling direct to customer, then you just want to select no. And then again, for licensing information, Amazon is asking you whether you license your brand or your trademark to others who manufacture products under your brand. Again, for the majority of you, you're not going to be licensing out your brand or your trademark. So you just want to select no, and then you can select submit, and this is going to send off your application. Within a few minutes, you should receive an email from Amazon just stating that they've received your application, and then you'll get email updates as your application progresses and is either granted or approved. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that video. If you're stuck at any point or you have any questions, just let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one.